How do I negotiate? I just send the offer. I send the offer before I even look at the car. And if they're not willing to negotiate on the front end, then chances are they're really not going to negotiate when you get there. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. As you saw from the thumbnail, this is totally different from my usual content. I am sharing with you how to come up with them coins, honey. So how to flip cars for a profit easily, like literally within the same day, is one of the deals that I did. I bought a Lincoln executive sedan, year 2000, I think, for $1,200, and sold that the same day for $1,800, baby. Yes. So I am not under the hood working on cars and doing most of the flip techniques like bonding and sanding and getting out dents and taking cars from the auction that don't really run or have a problem with them, fixing the problem and then selling them. I'm literally only negotiating low prices from Facebook Marketplace, purchasing a car for cash, cleaning it a little bit, but not even really, taking probably better pictures, and then reposting it right back on Facebook Marketplace for a higher price and making some money. So the easiest deal I ever did was a $200 Volkswagen Passat. I'll insert a picture here. I purchased that for $200 and sold it basically the next day for $400. So no, you're not gonna get rich quick off of this technique that I've been doing, but it'll put a little $300, $400, $500 in your pocket, okay? And it's something that you can do that is tax free. So yeah, I'm not reporting any income being made because I don't need to. Look, if I blow up like that and they come for me, they can have their little tax money. But it's not popping like that. And if for any reason it gets to popping like that, then I'll be happy to pay the IRS their little money. But I'm gonna share with you some tips and tricks to flip cars for profit in general, and then some tips and tricks to flip cars for profit as a woman in 2025, because baby, we know a lot about cars and we just don't realize we know a lot about cars. So stay tuned. I'm gonna be coming at you with at least 5 tips. So here we go. How do I negotiate? I just send the offer. I send the offer before I even look at the car. And if they're not willing to negotiate on the front end, then chances are they're really not going to negotiate when you get there. And a lot of times I get the numbers so low before I go there so that they're prepared, where even if I get the number so low, I go and then there's something extra wrong with the car that I didn't know about, I can get it for even lower than what the pre-agreed upon price was. So how do I negotiate? You just do it. You just don't be afraid to offer lower than what someone is asking. And don't be afraid to offer significantly lower what they're asking. Then when you go there, have a budget in mind of what you're gonna spend. Do not go over. Do not become emotionally attached or involved with, oh my gosh, it drives so nice, or it's this, or it's that. No, have a number in mind of what you will and won't spend. And if you offer that and they don't take it, it's fine. Move on to the next deal, okay? Don't get so caught up in, oh, I have to make a deal with this particular seller. I have to get this particular car. Girl, no. Keep it pushing. Move on back to the drawing board and restart the process. And you kind of have to like negotiating a little bit in order for this to be kind of fun. Yeah, I think that's kind of what gives me the little drive to do it, is that I think it's kind of fun negotiating and getting stuff for way cheaper than what you really should be getting it for. But yeah, you got to kind of have a little bit of gumption in you, in your personality, to be able to just get out there and try it. Okay. Tip number 3. Oh, keep cash. Keep cash. Tip number 3 is keep cash. Cash is king. When you go there, show up with the cash in hand, or at least like with the ability to run to the bank around the corner, grab it, and come back. Depending on how comfortable you are with carrying cash, that's a personal decision and personal kind of comfortability that you have to have. And everybody's different. Some people feel fine carrying $1,000 on them. Some people feel fine carrying $2,000 on them. Some people don't even feel fine arriving to anywhere with $500, and they're like, if the deal isn't happened or something like that, I don't even want to arrive. I go with the money for the most part if I know that I'm going to do it. Several times I have went without the money, knowing that I could just get it out of the bank either the next day or a few hours later. And this is where tip number 4 really becomes important. Tip number 4, do not become emotionally attached to a car. This is not your car. You are not purchasing this car for you and your family and your daily driver. Yes, you do want to purchase a reliable car for the most part, because they're way easier to sell. You don't want any check engine lights on. You don't even want any tire pressure lights on. But if the tire pressure light is on, it's fine. But check engine lights on, no, that's a no-go. I automatically do not purchase a car with a check engine light, because the expense to get it fixed is ridiculous. It's not going to pass inspection depending upon your state. I'm in Texas. It's not going to pass inspection with a check engine light on. So I don't purchase cars with check engine lights. I don't purchase cars with check engine lights on. I don't purchase cars that need a new transmission. The deal that I did that was $200. It was $200. I bought it kind of with the intention of getting an engine and putting it into there and giving it to my mom, but it just didn't work out. And so I went and picked up the car. I had a truck at the time, so I towed it myself. There was like virtually no cost involved in that little $30. I had to rent the hitch thing for the U-Haul. I had my guy at the time who I was talking to help me out with it. And yeah, it was $200. Yeah, I waste $200 at the nail shop. Not literally, but in 2 visits, So if it sat in my driveway, who cares, right? But I was so surprised that when I posted it for $400, there were literally hundreds of people who were willing to come pick up that non-running car from the front, from right outside of my house. And I made a couple $100. But that was a one-off. I usually don't do that, because now I don't have a truck anymore to be towing it. Well, I do have a vehicle that can tow now, but I'm not gonna be doing that. Like, that's just too much. So, yeah, get cars that you kind of would buy, right? Not because you're emotionally attached to it, but just because it's kind of reliable. So I stay within the $1,000 to $2,000, maybe $3,000 range, knowing that I can sell it for either $500 or more. That's kind of my baseline. If I feel like I can sell it for $500 or more, then that gives me a little bit of room. And so if I sell it for $400 more, that's $400 that I just made easily. So that's tip number 4, is whatever I said it was. Okay, tip number 5. When you go to check out this car, get underneath the car, open the hood, check the fluids. You are the mechanic. You're not paying a mechanic $100 or $50 every time to go with you and check out these cars. No, that is you're wasting money. You are wasting your profit that could be coming to you. So as a woman, don't be afraid to get under the car and see if there's rust underneath so that you can know if the chassis is gonna fall off at any moment. Also, when you do that, people are low-key kind of intimidated because they're like, oh my God, this woman like is not afraid of checking the car out. She probably knows more than I do about cars. They become intimidated, and then they end up you end up being able to negotiate an even lower price. So tip number 5 is check the car out completely and don't be intimidated. Don't be intimidated to take it onto the highway and push it up to 90. You have to do that because you have to know if it's shaking out of control or doing something crazy, and you need to be able to show them in the ride, this is doing this crazy. You might not know what it is, but hell, make something up. Be like, I think it might need motor mounts. I don't know what a motor mount is and never changed one a day in my life, but I have said, I think it might need motor mounts. That's at least like $400 or $500. Next thing you know, I have a lower price, a lower offer, and hey, I might walk away from that deal, but if I don't feel comfortable with it, if I don't feel like the car is gonna be a reliable, decent car, I'm really probably not gonna get it. Or if I am, it's because of a specific reason, like this 1991 Chevy Caprice that I got, which is kind of an old school car that a lot of guys just like because in their heyday, this is what they may have been their first car or something. So I found that particular models and particular years, it might not be the best shape, but hell, if it's got 100,000 miles on it, which this one had about 115,000, which is nothing, I'm gonna get it and flip it, okay? Because I know my market and I know what people like. So, case in point, I got a 2012 Challenger. No, not 2012. Was it 2012? Why do I keep forgetting the year? Whatever it was around a 2012 Challenger with 137,000 miles on it for $3,000. Okay, I have yet to find that deal again, but it needed a little bit of stuff done on it, but perfectly good running car. Made it all the way on an 8-hour, 12-hour, whatever ride for the person who I sold it to. They came and actually picked it up from 12 hours away and went back home and drove it, and they made it back there just fine. So stay tuned for more tips and tricks. If you have questions or you want a particular video about this kind of topic, or if you're interested in just knowing more about the details of particular deals or whatnot, leave a comment below and I'll gather all the comments together, put them all together, make a little video about frequently asked questions about flipping cars for profit as a woman, okay? You can do it. I've done it. You can do it too. The latest purchase I've made is this $10,000 Cadillac Escalade 2014 with a mere 100,000 miles. Now, try to get that from the dealer. It's gonna be around 19 to 20 grand. So that one is for me, it's my personal, but if I needed to sell it, if I needed to flip it, I could easily sell it and get around $14,000 to $15,000, depending upon how long I wanted it to sit on the market. So until next time, stay unapologetically you in all that you do, boo. Love y'all. Bye.